Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Wolfie and Decadence here, and welcome back to Pillages the Villages, Season 3, the After Death Dragon Killers edition stuff. This is my episode 8-9, so we'll be caught up with Creek. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I sat there after watching Creek's last video, and I tried to find, there it is, that's the island he was talking about, where he believes the stronghold is close to, and I think he's right. It certainly appeared that way, so I came over this way as well, and I did realize when I started recording this that I did cut off a little early, and it is still nighttime, but it will be day soon, and the rain is, of course, going to impede any finding of Enderman during this night. See, there's the dawn. Haha! Not drinking tea today. Sorry, everybody. Well, I did have a lovely tea earlier today. A new one I hadn't had before, actually. But we won't go into that. So, of course, day breaks. And we're jumping through the forest, just kind of scouting around. Not really sure what I'm looking for, except for I seen, yes, stone, which should be, or cobble I should say, which should be the jungle temple. And it is. So off we go, into the jungle temple. Now, I turned around because I heard a hiss, and it was, of course, that creeper hiding right there. This jungle seems to love creepers, although I think we've determined earlier that that's due to the fact that we're playing on hardcore. And of course, take the chest. It's a totally cheaty way of doing it. Don't stand there. That's right. Gotta stay on that side so I don't take the arrow to the face. And of course, why not take the arrows? We'll need them for the dragon. And some more. And some gold, which is okay. Don't know why I'm taking it. I guess just 'cause it's gold. Of course, this window doesn't do me any good. I also got a sapling off that, which isn't very useful. And it started raining again. Or still. Can't remember. I don't know if it ever stopped yet. And I decided, you know what? Why not use the temple as my marker for digging down. And so now I'm going to start looking for said stronghold. And of course, really I'm listening for cave sounds or preferably silverfish sounds. And I'm not really finding anything yet. So I'm pretty high up. This isn't that deep. Yeah, level 40 there. So right now I hear, you can't hear it because of course there's no sound on the double speed, but I hear what sounds like a ton of spiders. And so I'm like, where are these spiders? And I always have a hard time locating spiders. Oh no, skeletons. Skeletons. And I find this. That's what I heard. I heard skeletons, not spiders. That comes later. And I start hearing a ton of zombies down here. So I figure there's got to be a zombie spawner somewhere around here. And I take care of this baby zombie in gold armor. Accidentally hit my inventory there, but it's okay. I didn't take any shots, so. And here's where I think it is, but it's not. It is actually a skeleton spawner, and I can still hear a ton of zombies. So I grab some bread and put away some junk I don't need, because, you know, we don't need this junk. But food's always useful. And I'm throwing stuff around again for no apparent reason. So I start looking around for the noises. Don't see any zombies. I know they're around here. I can hear them. So I poke around. Pokey poke. Really isn't much to find up here. Dig, dig, dig. I do have a hard time finding the openings, and I just noticed that skeleton had noticed me, so I decided to get rid of them. There they are. Ton of them just all there, and of course a creeper again. But as we go over here, no more zombies, and I decided not to play with that creeper. So it wasn't actually a spawner at all, I just thought it was. And so I thought to myself, it must be getting closer to night, so we should head back up to see if we can find some Endermen, and see if we can narrow down the search instead of just digging randomly. So I decide the best approach is to head on up to get a bird's eye view, or I guess we're on a tree, a squirrel's eye view of what's around. And I realized the best place to look for zombies or Endermen around here would be the mountain range. And of course water is a lot easier than jumping down and hurting myself, and there's plenty of water around, so just refill the bucket and off we head for the mountains. But then I'm like, oh wait, what if I get myself turned around and lost? We will mark the direction that I found that jungle temple, because we want to head back that way. Ton of wildlife in here. Passive mobs, so we won't have to worry about food, which is good. Spawned chicken. And of course it's getting night, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want. Which sounds weird, but, you know, can't find Endermen during the day. So hopefully we can find some at night. Of course, this isn't ultimate terrain. Plains or deserts would be far better for viewing Endermen. But this is what we got, so this is what we're working with. Good old spider. There's a, don't know if you notice how quickly that, with that turn, but there's a flower forest over there. Off to the, yeah, that direction there. And so I decided to kill some of these cows just to lower the mob count. And, hey, Enderman, 2 Endermen! Oh, fantastic. So I try to drag them up top, but they're not teleporting up here. So I'm like, well, I better head on down as safely as I can. And then I start getting swarmed by every mob. So that's not working as well as I'd like. So I clear some out, and I'm thinking to myself, please, Enderman, don't take off during all this, because I need you guys around here. And the first one drops a pearl. Dun da da da. And then the second one. Will he drop a pearl? Yes. Dun da da da. I don't know if the fanfare is really necessary, but why not? And there's another one over there. The third one. Fantastic. And no pearl. Wah, wah, wah. I also don't know if that sound effect was necessary, but I did it anyway. So anything else? Any more Endermen around? A lot of cows over here. Don't have to worry about going hungry. I have plenty of food, plus lots of cows. That one scared me. I didn't even know that spider was there, and so I got pretty startled by that one. I hear lava really loud, so I start digging. I'm worried that it's just below. Yeah, but it wasn't, thankfully it wasn't on top of the gravel, and the gravel will sink in and we burn to death. But I'm not crazy enough to leave that loose, so I close it back up. Do not want to get burned to death at this point. So I turned my pearls to 2 Eyes of Ender and kind of head back to where we were, keeping our eyes out for Endermen because we don't know how many. Didn't even touch me on that explosion. It was perfect distance, although I don't like big craters. We don't know how many Eyes of Ender we're going to need for the end portal. Just checking the moon position there. It's getting close to the end of the night. Another Enderman. 4 in one night. But no pearl. Wah, wah, wah. Onward. So I'm just kind of taking a peek around because I figure daylight time is the best time to do searching for the stronghold. And if I luck out and find another Enderman, that maybe, just maybe, we can get another pearl. It's pretty unlikely that I'll only need to fill in 2. And I'm trying to back off on that skeleton. He's right around the corner here. There he is. So now, of course, it's flat out day, so there's no point in looking for Enderman now. And we'll start heading back. Watching out for creepers, of course, because creepers are creepers. And there, of course, is our stone marker. And what I figure is the best approach is to get high again, so I'm going to go up into the same tree that we used to see which way to go. Oh, and if you're wondering what I'm doing here and why there's a big pause, because I was going to get a tea. I had brewed a pot, so I thought, well, take a few seconds, grab a brew. So we're just going to travel up our little waterway here, which is convenient. That's why I left it. Figured it would come in handy. And so I throw the Enderman up into the tree, of course. So it should be up there. I don't think it broke. Let me start bashing leaves to try to get up there. See if we can get it to knock out. And we're not having any luck. So we'll build up a little higher. We have an axe, we might as well use it. And it popped into my inventory on that second last grass block there. So now we got both our Eyes of Ender back. And it's time to kind of triangulate. So I know in that direction, but instead of just going randomly, I decide that I'll head out to the opposite side of the water, which should give me lots of space to see it move, and throw it. And as you can see, it heads back. So it broke. Right. So now we're down to 1. Dang nabbit. So we know it's around here somewhere. So I do a quick pillar to mark where I'm going to start digging. And throwing things around again. Make sure we have a way back out-ish. Start digging down. And I got thinking to myself, well, this should be pretty direct, so staircasing's probably not the best bet. So we will do the 2-block dig down. And when I get down to a certain spot, this is where I'm going to start hearing a whole ton of spiders. And I mean, there's a lot of them. And I keep pausing and listening. And I start to think, maybe it's around here. Maybe a little lower. I don't know. Let's go down a bit. It's definitely getting louder. So then I start poking around again. Pokey poke. And it is, once again, a case of just digging in every bloody direction, trying to figure out what's going on. And not having much luck. Because, again, I have a hard time following the sound of the spiders. Zombies are usually a little easier, but as you can see in that last spot, they were in a pretty tight little area there. So I don't feel bad not running into that, but yeah, I just gotta hear them. So are they up? Are they down? So I don't know. Ditch a bunch of stuff again. And accidentally pick it all back up again. No, man. So, drop it all again. End up grabbing the dirt, but that's okay. So, check this way. Anything? Nothing? Nothing at all? Just poking everywhere. Just, no, it's not that way. It's not, where is it? And I don't know. I simply don't know. It really is almost a shot in the dark. I need x-ray goggles or something. That would help. So I head back, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's in this direction, which I quickly determine it's not. And whoops! And I lost my sword, and things go crazy. There's spiders everywhere. I'm killing them with a diamond pickaxe. Will I survive? Well, is this the end of Wolfian decadence? Oh, I got my sword back. Oh, crazy. Yeah, right on top. You just crazy spiders, you. With your dungeon right on top of the stronghold. So I found the stronghold. Hurrah! And I thankfully didn't die. Though I was pretty nervous about it. It was pretty hectic. And I decided I don't need that spawner there. So... and I grabbed just the bread because I realized I don't have a crafting table. I can't make anything anyway. And I start looking around, and strongholds can be very broken and difficult to find things in. So I'm trying to be somewhat careful. This actually brings me back into that first room. And you never know where it's going to be. Sometimes things are actually fit off. Of course, that chest has some food, so we take that. And that, of course, straight ahead, if you've seen it, yeah, it's the portal room. We found it. And we destroyed that. And I was worried the silverfish was going to spawn, but they didn't. And not a single eye of ender. Not one. So we have to get 11 pearls, which is a little ridiculous. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be possible. But I decided I better move my way out and look for some endermen in the night, because it's going to be nighttime. And there's some lapis lazuli. Now the other thing I'm going to do before I determine whether or not I'm pretty much foobarred on eyes is search the chests within the stronghold, because they do have the chance of having them. Fingers crossed. And so I'm just doing kind of a wacky spiral staircase on up. Just leaving one block pillar in the middle. Putting my torches in the wrong place. Why do I do it that way? I don't know. Why not? Just as good as any. Of course, I'm checking how far I am away from the top of this, which is a ways. It's a bit down. It's a ways down. Keep digging on up. Digging on up. Getting our lights up. And here we run into gravel. A little bit of gravel. Causing some trouble. And a light. And we see the dripping of the water, so we know that right above us is water, and it will flood this entire staircase. So instead of doing that, we make a hole, and there we go. No flooding, and we have a way in and out. And it's raining again. But guess where we are? Almost directly under the pillar we set. Unbelievable. Absolutely hilarious. So I mark it a little bit as the, hey, this is the way. And I decided that maybe if I head up into the icy parts of the mountain where there's snow, we will have some Endermen up there. Again, I don't know if Endermen are affected by snowfall or if it's only by sneaking up on that creeper. Didn't even notice me. If it's just snow, or if it's just rain, or if it's just any precipitation causes problems. That baby zombie couldn't see me through the vines. Finding the best spot to go up here. This was not it. This is way too hilly, too steep. I think it probably does affect Enderman, and I don't think we're going to find anything in there. But then again, in the same respect, it's pretty small areas up here that are snowing. Most of it's still rain, and of course, obviously, the minute water hits an Enderman, off they go. So, and as you can see, my armor's not doing that great. And tons of mobs again, and for some reason, I want that iron, and I don't know why. I'm not going to use it. And of course I realize it's getting daylight, so I'm like, well, let's head back over that way. That way I'm prepared for the next episode, which will be a normal speed episode without the voiceover, just normal live commentary. And there it is. There it is. So we just come over here and we just call it a night right there. Technically it's daytime, but there we are. So thank you for joining me today, and we will see you, well, next Friday.